Welcome to Survivor Speaks Investigates, where truth leads, silence breaks, and every case gets the voice it deserves. I'm Survivor Speaks, and today's investigation starts right now. What's up, y'all? It is your girl Survivor Speaks, back with a live video. How are you doing? How are you doing? Let me see. I got for always here for always. What's up for always? Thank you so much for hopping in. This case, I know if you didn't hear about this case for always, I know you are about to be upset. Let me see what's going on with mine. Just trying to make sure. Okay. Let me just make sure this, because this thing just comes on. I want it. Okay. So today's story happened in 2011, right? Let me just give you a little backstory. Of course, I like to highlight the victim when I'm starting. So give me 1 second here. All right, there she is. Her name is Za'Zell Preston. The story is pretty crazy. Let's get right into it. If you're watching on Twitter, welcome. I may stop the stream over there. I am on YouTube, Survivor Speaks. I might just leave it running. Give me 1 second here. So just to give you a little backstory, on Christmas Day, while Za'Zell's children opened presents, their mother was unalived on the couch. This is crazy work, right? So the mother was on sitting propped up on the couch. She was propped up by her husband after he unalived her, to make it appear that she was still alive and participating in the Christmas as the children were opening the presents. However, she was not alive.
Someone is at the front door.
At all. And he forced his children, to open up the gifts while the mother was deceased on the couch. So we're going to talk a little bit about this here. Among some other things, I'm just going to, give a brief overview. Also, update about the Celeste Rivas case with a D4VD. Of course, there has been no arrest made up until now. Thank you so much for that. Always, yeah, it's definitely a trigger warning here. But let me remove that until we start. So yeah, this story is sick. So I may play a video. Also, let me just run my disclaimer. And I will be right back. All right. This video is being shown to you under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, education, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
Smash that like button. Let's go.
And we are back. So, I'm going to be reading an article actually from CBS News about this case. Um, it's pretty disturbing. So let me just see if I can get you had the trigger warning up here, right? All right. I might switch it and show you the perp because that's what it is. Just I don't have no understanding, but so an Anaheim man, prosecutors say, unalived his wife on Christmas Day, then propped her body on a couch while her children opened their presents. He was convicted of second-degree redrum, and his name is William Wallace. Let me get this picture up here of him really quick. We're not gonna leave him up, but I'm gonna just show you this perp briefly. He looked like something is wrong with him. I'm just not understanding what's going on in the world today. Um, I don't know if the world is worse off now or back when he committed this crime. I don't know. I don't know what's going on today, but I'm not here for any of it. It is just crazy the world that we're living in today. But anyway, let me get the true victim back up here to take him off because I don't want to see his face. So let's go here. William Wallace, 39. He was 39 at the time of sentencing. So wait, what? Oh, okay. I was getting ready to lose it. I was getting ready to lose it. So William Wallace, 39. He was sentenced on June 4th. And he faced a maximum sentence of 15 years to life in prison. I read the 15 years and lost my mind for always. I said, no. Yeah, I know y'all gave this man more than 15 years. Y'all not going to see and tell me he didn't get more than 15 years. So Wallace was indicted by a grand jury in 2012 for one felony count of redrum in the unaliving of his wife, 26-year-old Za'Zell Preston. 26. Prosecutors say he hit Preston in the head, rendering her unconscious, and later called 911 to report she was in need of medical attention. Preston was found unresponsive and pronounced deceased at the hospital. After you propped her up on the couch, made the kids open up the gifts, then you called 911? Child. Just throw the whole man in the garbage. I don't know what type of men we got out here in this world nowadays. These men are just, I don't know who raised them. So police say Wallace previously spent time in jail for DV against his wife, who had been taking college classes in hopes, this is so sad, of becoming a DV counselor. Her children, 3-year-old and 8-year-old daughters from a previous relationship, and oh my goodness. I'm just reading this, just oh my good, and a 7-week-old son she shared with Wallace were in the apartment at the time of the redrum. Orange County District Attorney Todd Spitzer said it was already tragic that a young mother had lost her life after years of violence at the hands of her husband. That heartbreak is only exacerbated by the fact that her children witnessed much of the violence and were forced to celebrate Christmas in the presence of their unalived mother. That is not a Christmas memory any child should be forced to have, Spitzer said in a statement. So, I was looking for a video on law and crime or something like that to see if they had a video. I didn't see that they even covered this case. There are a few people that covered it. Normally, if I know that, like, they may not have a problem, because I can share a video um under the fair use guidelines, but yeah, let me see if I don't recognize any of these people that have covered this case, and so that's why I wasn't going to use it. But I'm trying to see why CBS does not have a video here. Hold on, let me see if I can get something else, because I wanted to see what I know somebody reported on there on this case, um like a news station, and I can cite my source in the description and just give them that. Sometime, sometime the YouTubers, even if you give them the credit, like, they like to strike videos. It's odd, but that's what goes on. um they have a video here, but it's not the video of about the case. All right, let me see if I could let me see if I can pull up something, because I would like to see the video of, like, from a news station. Um, Let me see how long is this video, because I don't want to be here long either. I just knew I needed to come on and do a live with you guys. I thought this was pretty interesting, and I just needed to come on and tap in. But life is life, and y'all, 2026 has been has been a time, I'm telling you. But nothing is stuff happens. Let me see. I'm trying to find a news station that may have of the video, because I would like to see the video. Um, all right, let me see. It looks like I got something here. Hold on. Um, it's not a video. So while I'm looking for this, I can bring you up to speed on the what's up, Allie? What's going on? What's going on? Glad you were able to make it. Just going over this story about that on the screen is her name is Za'Zell Preston. She was unalived by her husband on Christmas 2011. He propped her up on the chair and made his kids open their Christmas gift, but they knew something was wrong. Their mother normally smiles. She wasn't smiling, but they're excited. It's Christmas, and this man unalived her and propped her up on the chair like she's alive, and had those kids open up Christmas gifts. There's a special place in HE double hockey sticks for him. All right, so I think, I don't know, this video is not long. It's only 1 minute. No, so I'm gonna bring it over here. Let's watch this one. Um, let's just. Oh wow! They put the video up here for you. Can't even. I couldn't even. Wouldn't let me do it. All right, here we go. Let's see. I don't know who Twisted Crimes is. I'm just trying to make because some of these YouTubers be like, it's just crazy. We'll strike the video. So I was trying. I wonder why Law and Crime did not um cover this. Um, I'm gonna just use this video and then let me see if I can. All right, so I'm just going to just share this story right here. Yeah, I didn't hear about it either, but I read it and I was like, "Oh my goodness! Like, what the heck is going on here?" And then they said that she it was in 2011, and I'm like, "What the? Okay, we got to talk about this one a little bit." And I wanted to give an update on Celeste. I think that it is. I understand what they're doing, as it relates to wanting to make sure they have a rock solid case against D4VD. I understand it, but I just do not think that anybody else in this situation. I get the speedy trial thing. They want to make sure that they have evidence before, um, bringing him in. But I don't think questioning him would be a bad thing. Like, I'm just a little confused by it. And I don't like the fact that it's going on this long. Like, it's something definitely not clean in the water as it relates to the D4VD case. Because there have been cases after that. This case after that, Celeste was found in the trunk, that they the person has already been arrested, right? And in this case, I can assure you, I can guarantee you that David won't be the only one that will be arrested. There's going to be multiple people that are going to be arrested, right? But I think that the fact that they're trying to justify, um I don't know. I think the fact that they're trying to, I don't think they're being transparent with the public. And that's the problem that I have. Yes, Nick Renner. Yes, that case. Yeah, he's already, in there. I just think that it seems a little fishy. Um, that D4VD, he was already a multimillionaire. Like, he made millions of dollars even before being signed with the label. But all of the evidence that they do have against him, although it's circumstantial evidence, it points that was his car. They have a video, according to Steve Fisher, who is the investigator that was hired by the owner of the mansion that they were renting, that they were plotting on how to get rid of her body. So I'm just not understanding, and that I'm going to talk about this case each and every time I go live, because we need to continue to keep speaking about Celeste and keep her name out there, because, like, we're not going to just forget. The public is not going to forget anything. And they have so much evidence of David actually being in a relationship with this young woman, and she was underage. They have evidence, regardless to whether or not they need to fact check it. The facts are that these things did exist online. Nobody has fabricated um his social media, his what is that, Discord and all that, those places where he used to be, where he's online doing live streams with this underage girl. We saw the missing flyer. So even though she was seen at the family's house, she was gone again and they just never said she came home, and she left again. She came back, she left again. They never reported it, which means that in the eyes, to the police, this young girl was still missing. She was found in this man's trunk. I looked at another video. I'm not sure if this is true because I don't believe this. So they have this theory out there saying that D4BD is in a rehab, and that's why they have not arrested him. That does not make any sense. The OnlyFans model, what is her first name? Last name Clinty. I don't forgot her first name right now. It was escaping my brain. She was in a rehab in Hawaii, and they locked her up. She was transported back here from Hawaii from a rehab. And so I don't even think that that's not a good enough reason that has not been questioned or anything like that. The fact that he's in rehab, we don't care. We don't care about him being in rehab. We don't. There's a 14-year-old girl. She will forever be 14, even though she was found after her 15th birthday, a day after her 15th birthday. What we do know is the last time she was alive, she was 14. So the Tesla was already at the tow yard when they found her, and that was a day after her birthday. So we don't want to hear this case is just where I'm not going to be quiet about this case. We're going to continue to talk about this case until we really see some movement. I know that the grand jury is supposed to convene next month. And so maybe they're waiting for that, but we got to remember there was a witness that refused to come to court. And so they have the prosecutor has, asked the judge to put a tether out there on her, that if she's seen, they are to arrest her because she just didn't show up to the grand jury. The conflict of interest for me is that his day-to-day manager and this witness that is refusing to show up have the same attorney. Big conflict of interest. So and that's why a lot of things don't smell right. It's something that's not right in the water. We did I did do that video on the items that was left in the mansion and that the police didn't take. Basically, a crematory, a burn cage is what they call it. Heats up to 1,600 degrees, and in a when a person is cremated, they use about 1,400 degrees to cremate. Because people are under the assumption that you can just pour oil or something on a body and then be able to light it on fire. It's not true. It takes it takes more heat, and it takes more than just you, unless somebody's burnt up in a real bad house fire. But the equipment that was found at his house, no need for it. There was no need for that type of equipment to be found in his home. it's just crazy to me. All right, so this video is, I'm gonna put the link to this video in the description. This is Twisted Crimes. This video is only about 8 minutes. So let's look at the video. Courtney Clinty, thank you so much for always. Courtney Clinty. Yeah. She was in a rehab in Hawaii. And they went and got that behind and brought her back here. She also was a multimillionaire. She made millions of dollars on OnlyFans. So, well, I guess they caught her with they had more evidence. She had the evidence all over her. She tried to say domestic violence, but everything that they found was she was the one that was doing the DV. So I'm glad, because they were quick to let her go and say, oh, she was just defending herself. No, she was an abuser in every sense of the word. So let's hit play over here, and this is about 8 minutes 33 seconds. So this is happened in Anaheim, California. I just want to make sure we're not going to have any difficulties today. Last time I was here, we couldn't hear, and I just figured it out that Struggle Streaming Survivor Speaks didn't have the volume turned up. That's what happened. Because I looked today, I'm like, oh, you know what? The volume wasn't up. But here we go.
California. Anaheim is a city outside Los Angeles, in Southern California. The California city of Anaheim is best recognized for being the home of Disneyland. It is located near the Pacific coast of Southern California, about 30 miles south of downtown Los Angeles. Za'Zell Preston was born on June 17, 1985, in Los Angeles, California. She was the youngest of 4 children and grew up in a loving and supportive family. She was a bright and cheerful girl who loved to sing, dance, and play sports. She excelled in school and had many friends. She had a passion for learning and helping others, especially those who were struggling with domestic violence. She graduated from high school in 2003 and enrolled in Cypress College, where she majored in psychology. She wanted to become a domestic violence counselor and make a difference in the world. She was also a devoted mother to her 2 daughters from a previous relationship, Ziana and Valise. Za'Zell met William Wallace in 2008 when she was 23 years old and he was 36. William was a dock worker who lived in Anaheim, California. He was charming and charismatic, and Za'Zell fell in love with him. They moved in together and had a son, Marcel, in 2011, who was only 7 weeks old when Za'Zell was killed. However, Wallace was not the man he seemed to be. He had a history of violence and criminality, including arrests for assault, robbery, and drug possession. He was also abusive towards Preston, both physically and emotionally. He would hit her, choke her, threaten her, and isolate her from her family and friends. He had spent time in jail for beating her before and had violated restraining orders that Preston had obtained against him. Za'Zell's family and friends tried to intervene and help her leave William, but she was too afraid and ashamed to do so. She hoped that he would eventually stop hurting her, and she wanted to keep their family together.
I need to stop it right there. Yeah, he was handsome. I need to stop it at this point, right? Thank you so much for putting that in the chat, Ali. Please hit the like button if you're here and you need to run. It helps get the video out in the algorithm, so that people will watch the video, and it's also bringing awareness to domestic violence, right? Anybody in a DV situation, more than likely, a leopard is not going to change his spots. What's going on, Nessa? Hey. I know you're probably just listening, but make sure before you remember to hit the like button for me, Nessa. But if you're in a DV situation and you can get out of it, the best thing for you to do is get out of it, because like it only gets worse and worse if you stay in that. Like that is something that is non-negotiable for me. but also mental and psychological abuse is also a thing, and sometimes it's worse than the physical abuse because you have to, get through that. So, I'm just saying, if you're being, abused physically, mentally, whatever, psychologically, and you can get away, please do. It's not. Oh, thank you, Nessa. It's not worth it at all. Yeah, I know you see it as soon as you get my stuff on IG. I know you be on it. So it's not worth it at all. So the sooner you can get out, the better. I just wanted to interject there and just say that because so many women are not strong enough. Sometimes you don't have the financial resources to get away, and they have these organizations out here that are supposed to help, and they don't. And that's a whole nother story, a whole nother video for a whole nother day. But they don't change. Get out the best way you can. I'm telling you from firsthand experience. It takes one time to you put your hands on me one time, I'm out. My mother raised me that way. And so, yeah, I am also a DV survivor. It was the one time, and it was the worst time for me, and I was out. Out the same day. Like, this is not going to continue now. This is not what we're doing. So, I just wanted to say that.
Also feared for her safety and the safety of her children if she left him. On December 24, 2011, Za'Zell and William attended a neighbor's Christmas Eve party. According to witnesses, they had an argument at the party and left around 11 p.m. What happened next is still unclear, but prosecutors allege that William used blunt force trauma to the head to render Za'Zell unconscious sometime between that night and the next morning. The next morning, on Christmas Day, William did something unthinkable. He propped up Za'Zell's lifeless body on the couch, put sunglasses on her face, and told their kids that she was drunk and needed to sleep. He made them open their presents in front of her lifeless body, telling them that, "Mommy ruined Christmas, she got drunk and ruined Christmas." William acted like...
Well, what the whole entire... I didn't know nothing about the sunglasses. See, this is why I like to watch like the video. But like some people have like 3-hour videos, 4-hour videos on this. But like I said, Law and Crime, I didn't see anything on Law and Crime or any of the, big channels that I normally would use. But the sunglass, what in the world? He put sunglasses on her and then proceeded to mentally, because this is mental abuse. And to tell the children, you're continuing to abuse her while she's sitting there on the live. And then there's some type of mental and psychological abuse on the children, telling them that the mother got inebriated and ruined Christmas. That is some... I hope he getting everything he deserved behind the wall. That is crazy. That's crazy work.
Nothing was wrong, but the kids knew something was wrong. They saw blood on the walls and on Za'Zell's body. They felt that she was cold and stiff. They tried to wake her up, but she didn't respond. They were terrified and confused by their father's behavior. They didn't understand what had happened or why he was doing this. William then took Za'Zell's body to his mother's house, where he left it in the garage. He told his mother that Za'Zell had died from an accidental fall in the bathroom.
What?
He called 911 around 9:30 a.m., claiming that his wife needed medical attention.
Wait, hold up, y'all. Hold up. Not only did he, what? He done took the body to the mother's house? What? Oh, man. What in the whole...
When the police arrived, they found her unresponsive on the couch, with blood on the walls and furniture. She was taken to a hospital, where she was pronounced dead. The police arrested William and launched an investigation into Za'Zell's death. They found evidence of a violent struggle in the apartment, including broken glass, blood stains, holes in the walls, and furniture that had been moved or overturned. They also interviewed witnesses who had seen or heard William abusing Za'Zell before. They also examined her body and found multiple injuries consistent with blunt force trauma to the head. They determined that she had died from cranial cerebral injuries due to blunt force trauma by assault.
After killing his wife, a man propped her dead body on the sofa to make the kids think she was still alive. This is all according to prosecutors in Southern California. They say William Wallace had his children open up their Christmas presents in front of her dead body. Prosecutors say Wallace killed 26-year-old Za'Zell Preston during a fight on Christmas Eve of 2011. Wallace's attorney says Preston died from a drunken fall into a glass table. The trial started this week with opening statements made on Monday.
The motive for the murder is not clear, but prosecutors suggested that it was related to his anger and jealousy over her success and independence. Za'Zell was weeks away from graduating from college and becoming a counselor. She had also expressed her desire to leave William and start a new life with her children. William may have felt threatened by Preston's achievements and plans and decided to kill her out of spite or resentment. He may have also been under the influence of alcohol or drugs at the time of the crime. William was charged with first-degree murder.
They were 3 and 8, and they had a 7-week-old baby. 3, 8, and 7 weeks. Her older children were not his, but she had given birth to a 7-week-old baby. That's that, yeah. And you know, sometime in these cases of DV, you cannot, you know, tell the person that you're going to leave them. You have to just do it. Because, like, you know, according to what they're saying here, she told him that she was leaving, and then she was supposed to be graduating. And two things could be true at the same time. You can be married to somebody and sleeping with the enemy. Maybe one day, one day when I get it all together, yeah, you know, you gotta, these men nowadays, they be acting like they are the woman in the relationship, and they little fragile egos are bruised because they are narcissists. And yeah, and you know, secretly you're sleeping with the enemy and you don't even know. But that is just crazy. She was getting ready to graduate and become a DV counselor. The biggest mistake she made there was to tell him she was leaving. So this is so sad.
And faced up to 25 years to life in prison if convicted. His trial began in March 2021, almost 10 years after the crime. His defense attorney argued that Za'Zell died from injuries after she drunkenly tripped and fell into a glass table, shattering it. He said that William was trying to protect his wife's dignity by putting her on the couch and covering her wounds. The defense claimed that William was a good father who loved his wife and kids. They also blamed Za'Zell for provoking William and for being an alcoholic. They also showed photos of Za'Zell's injuries, which were inconsistent with a fall. The jury deliberated for less than 5 hours before finding William guilty of second-degree murder on April 7, 2021. He was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison on June 4, 2021. William did not show any remorse for his actions. He maintained his innocence and appealed his conviction, claiming that he did not kill Za'Zell or prop up her body. He also did not speak during his sentencing or apologize to Za'Zell's family. He showed disrespect and defiance to the court and the jury, and he even smirked when he heard the verdict. Za'Zell's family was relieved and satisfied by his conviction and sentencing. They said that justice had been served for Za'Zell and that Wallace deserved to be punished for his crime. They also said that they were outraged and disgusted by his appeal, which they saw as a slap in the face and a waste of time. They said that they hoped that his appeal would be denied and that he would rot in prison. Za'Zell's mother, Za'Zell Preston, described William as a psychopath who beat and tortured her daughter and mentally assassinated her children. She became the guardian of her 3 children, a son she had with William and 2 daughters from a previous relationship. She said she was determined to raise them with love and support and to honor Preston's memory and legacy. Her daughter, who was 18 at the time of the sentencing, testified how she discovered that her mother's body was cold on Christmas morning. She said she missed her mother every day and wished she could hug her again. Her grandmother, Sally Baker, said she was proud of her granddaughter for pursuing her education and career goals. She said she hoped her death would inspire others to speak up against domestic violence. Our deepest condolence to the family of Za'Zell Preston. May her soul continue to rest in.
All right, so that is Twisted Crimes. If you get a moment, go over there and sub up to them. That is sad. Like, did y'all catch that he was the one that was drunk? No, so he got for always. That's what I was telling you. for always. That's what I was telling you when I was reading the article. I was like, wait a minute. No, so he got 15 years to life. So what it is every time he goes up for a parole hearing, hopefully, and her daughter was 18 at the time that he was sentenced. So her daughter is an adult now. Hopefully the family will attend the parole hearings each time that he goes up for parole, and they will keep him behind bars where he is. Hopefully when they attend these hearings, they will bring up the fact that he showed no remorse. I'm pretty sure the judge probably documented that, and he actually smirked when he heard the sentence. So hopefully that they will get to, they will be able to go and speak, continue to speak on her behalf whenever he does go up for parole. Yeah, I read that and I was like losing my mind too. Like, wait, 15 years? I said, oh, wait a minute, 15 years to life. So, and they also need to keep reiterating the fact that he moved her body. You took her from the crime scene, and now you made an additional crime scene because you took her to your mother's house. Oh, you here for life? Yeah, it's 15 to life. I read it that way the first time too, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on a minute. Y'all mean to tell me all he is going to get is 15 years? What are we doing? But no, they it's 15 to life. So they just have to, attend his parole hearings and like keep speaking on her behalf. He definitely, according to what we heard, was jealous of her. So she was definitely sleeping with the enemy. I am going to say it again. If anybody out there is being abused and you find a way or to get away, just go, because the abuser is not going to change and it's probably going to get worse. I know it's hard. They say it takes a person 7 times, before they actually leave. And, part of her mistake was, according to them, she was hoping that he would change. But the more and more that it happened, yeah. I mean, it's you can't like really blame her or, the fact that she didn't get out. 7-week-old baby. Man, that's probably like another thing. Yeah, sleeping with the enemy. Yeah. Yeah, I know I keep telling y'all about this case that I got, but it's so disgusting that I really, really have to get my mind together to even cover it. I just it's all types of stuff involved, animals, all types of child, and I just like, yeah, I just gotta I get my mind together before I can really bring that here and cover that story. Is sick. It's sick in a way. So if you're in an abusive relationship, just, continue to try and get out of that. We're going to continue, and I'm just going to say this here. I hope nobody that anybody that watches this on a replay. I'm just going to let you know if I see any negative comments about what I'm about to say, I'm just going to remove it and block you. Or if my moderators do see it, I'll remove and block them. I'm going to say here, I want, if you guys can, keep, say a prayer that Krishan continues to go on the path that she's on, and on her spiritual journey, and her being a professional boxer. She has a fight coming up in April, and and I'm praying that she will stay away from blue feces. There is a lot of abuse going on right online, and I think it's just going to be a matter of time before he goes back to jail. That's just what I see. And he's looking for a viral moment. He's trying to recreate Krishan. You can't. But the women, I hope that they get some self-esteem. Those women that sit on that stream with him. Nessa said, Nessa, I know you. I know you, Nessa. I know you. I know. I like Nessa. I can't even. I can't. I don't even tune in like that. But I do tune in and see some of the things, and you know what? Sad to say, and I think I'm gonna make a video and put the first part of that video up. I did watch the video where his mother and his father was on the stream, arguing and going back and forth about Blueface and growing up, and it just brought me back to the part where he said that his father was going with this woman, and he used to urinate on the toilet, and she pinched his privates. So that is the reason why he did not care to post his son's privates, because he was born with a hernia. He's not. No, he's not. He had. Let me tell you something. Let me just get my jail bag and let y'all know what we see. That was humiliation. That's a humiliation ritual that he participated in. Was probably not even participating. So the tattoos, according to somebody that was incarcerated at the same time he was, he got those tattoos, and each time he got those tattoos, he moved up to another level. So he moved up to, actually, he was in like a PC, almost protective custody. Now he could have opted to not go up there, but he did. And I can tell y'all, everything that you do see online, if you go back to when he did the first skit with the guy that was supposed to be playing him, he was bending over. He was bending over in jail. He was getting bent over. Yep. I'm telling y'all what I know. I'm telling you, he his whole world still revolves around being incarcerated until his daughter the other day told him she was calling the cops and he was going to go back to jail. That little girl is his karma. That little girl is she's very disrespectful. Very hitting the mother, cussing them out. It is crazy. But what is even more concerning to me is that anything that happens with them, Krishan is not even over there. She's training for a fight in April. She's working on herself. She's trying to stay out of, away from that. But if you notice, everybody that goes over there mentions her, or his mother sends subliminals, she's singing Yahweh while washing the little girl's hair. Krishan is fighting she's in a spiritual warfare right now because she's choosing God, and so they're gonna keep attacking her. The sad thing is that her own siblings are attacking her, and the one person that I'm so bothered by, the one sibling is Petey. I never thought that, you know, I never in a million years thought that her and Petey would be, at odds, the way they are. But she's fighting like her sisters. They come online to bash her. I think the only sister that she still has in trust is Tessa. But if you notice, and I'm like, the people that cover Krishan Rock content, I'm not talking about the haters, because I think it's disgusting that we got these people that are, making petitions for them to take her baby. Did you not, or did you not, or did you hear her say she got him a flu shot and he got sick? So she's going to the doctor. She doesn't have to tell people everything regarding her son. She's protecting him. I wish that one of these content creators would put up the video. I don't know if they still have it. Put up the video where she said that Blue beat her while she was carrying that baby. Put that up. Yep, he was trying to, and for Jaden to sit on his stream last week and tell the new girl that's a part of the circus that and this is the second time now. Oh, pull up, she gonna fight her, and then blue face feces, that's what I call him. He chimes in and says, "So you don't want to come over here and get the abortion?" Right online. You have so many people that streaming your stream, that are actually on your stream. This is the second time that you and your flunky sat on stream talking about how you would terminate a child by way of abuse. What is going on? Where is his parole officer? I don't wish jail on anybody, but at this point, but you know what? It's sad to say that his mother is the reason why he is the way he is. You can't teach him one thing, and then you saying this over here, and then you mad because he blocked you, and now you're over here schooling the girls on how to be a pimp. That's why he doesn't have any respect for anybody. He don't have no respect for you. And then you sit there and you're embarrassed because they're putting all your dirt out here. You wanted clout, Carlos, and you getting it, Car Cuckoo. You're getting all the clout that you wanted. Oh yeah, they putting your whole card out here. And I don't know where I don't know where her so-called husband is. But she's very disrespectful. I don't know how he's still married to her. She's very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. And it's sad to say that Blue learned everything that he knows from her. Everything that he knows. Who she is. It's sad. And I just, getting back to my point, just, say a prayer that Krishan can still remain focused on her training, on her healing, and, against all of these people. Now they have a petition going around about, somebody that's just basically, trying to get clicks and views for their channel. Like, Yeah, do y'all absolutely think that she's not taking this baby to the doctor? She doesn't have to tell y'all that. But she didn't give him a flu shot. Where's she get a flu shot from? The only way he could have gotten the flu shot is if she took him to the doctor. If he does have some type of disability, it's not anything to mock. She's a young girl. She's a young mother. Mind your business. But then when y'all see him sitting up at a table by himself, he may be a little behind. His father did say that. I don't know if I should be, blowing, but then his father signed the petition. That's what one of the content creators said. I'm just like, his issue was he's $18 million in debt, and Krishan ain't helping him with that. He made millions off of her. He stole millions from her. Was taking care of Jaden with millions from her. And now everything is coming out about Jaden. All these people out here windmilling for her. She's never been innocent. I could pull a video up right now and share it. And this was pre Krishan. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up because I'm sick of her. And she can't fight. It's just bothering me that Blueface home now. He got security outside and outside. You got security all around you now. You want to be selling wolf tickets. We're not buying them. I know exactly who you are. And what bothers me about Jaden is she does not like African American women. She does not like, and she wants to be, using no N-word all the time, talking about she's 1% African American. Jaden, stop. Let me see if I can pull this video up real quick and show y'all who Jaden is pre-Krishan, because I'm sick of them. It used to be first thing up here. Let me see. I don't care nothing about that corny music she made. What kills me is you don't like us, but you always making that makeup trying to make you look away. And she said that out of her own mouth. Jaden never had a one-on-one relationship with Blueface. I'm gonna say that again. She has never had a one-on-one relationship with Blueface. So the picture that they're trying to paint, it's not a real one. Okay, here we go, y'all. Hold on. Let's take a look at Jaden. Hold on. Let's take a look at Jaden pre-Krishan, because I'm sick of these people. I wasn't even going here today, but yeah, I am gonna, because it is getting ridiculous. She's a horrible mother. Jaden is, and her grandmother allegedly works for CPS. So every time they call CPS on her, they make the case go away. All right, here we go. We're going to all look at this video together. This is pre-Krishan. Yeah, Krishan ain't got nothing to do with this. She wasn't there. Nothing. This is 2020, I believe.
Give me my phone. Give me my phone. Give me my phone. Hey, look at the box. Let me get my phone.
Go ahead. Baby Robert drama on crib. Damn, I got some good dick on crib. Damn, I got some good dick. Now she running, look.
Peter.
Good.
He's there. Look at how young Javon is. He's there at the house while all of this is going on. This is pre-Krishan. Oh, yeah, Allie, you've been gone for a while. Welcome back. But this is pre-Krishan. She busts out the windows in his house. This baby was there. I hope they got the part of the video where he puts the baby outside. with her and see how she acts, because this is something that anybody can go on a Google search and look at. For all these people that be defending her, she don't even like y'all kind, but okay. And y'all windmilling for Krishan.
All right, I'm eating.
Yummy.
That's yummy. You got your soda?
Kayong soda.
I got my own soda.
Ayaw mo ng soda.
Cheers. Huh?
Ano?
Not hot? Okay, cheers.
Let me see. This is not even the video that I wanted to. Like, I think that Blue Feces could be a good father. He does have his father in his life. Where he goes wrong is that his conversation needs to change in front of his children. Like, he doesn't have a filter, and what he says to grown people, he says in front of his children. She thinks that is funny. And so now they have the little girl, that's questionable. He has proof that Krishan, Jesus' his son. But the little girl is questionable. Yeah, he says she cusses all the time. So this video that I pulled is not, because I wanted to show y'all. He put him outside with her while she was doing all that stuff that she was doing. And so yeah, this is just a video of him after, it's either before or after. This little boy is outside with her. Let me see if the full video is here. She also had an accident, right? She didn't take the kids to the. Oh, this is the same video. She left the scene of the crime. She left the scene of the crime, and she never took those kids to the hospital to see that they are completely okay. So I'm just all of and anything that happens with them, even though Krishan is not there, they bring up Krishan's name and mentions Krishan, and Krishan did this and Krishan did that. I am so tired of them. This is the same video though, I think. I'm looking at this video. Let's take a look at the accident video. Because she be drunk all the time. Hold on a minute, but there was another part to that video I wanted to show you guys, but it's just not. Oh, she explains about the viral video. I don't want to hear her explanation, so that's not it. I just wish that they would stop mentioning Krishan's name every time something is going on with them. She's no longer around, but they always find a way to bring her up, and then Blueface always finds a way to he's trying to bait her. All right, here we go. Let's see. This is whose video is this? Too much gist. So he got music in the video, but let me bring this over. She had an accident. She did not stay at the accident on the scene. She left. I can guarantee you that the car wasn't in her name. Oh, okay, so we are over here. she left the scene of the crime. I'm not playing the video, but this is her car right here. She hit this car. Go on over. Go on up so they can see all the cars. She hit that car. That car knocked on the curb. That car went into that car. That car hit that car. Yep. And she left the scene. She left the scene. Shout out to Too Much Gist on Instagram. That was the video. I just want to, give them their credit as well. Go sub up to them if you want, if you want to. But she left the scene, did not get those kids, did not take those children to make sure that they didn't have anything going on internally, because the airbags were deployed. And, there's another video where they filmed her. And so the person whose car that she ran into said she was going so fast. There is no car that cut her off. All that and false narrative stuff that they're putting out here. I just don't understand how she has not been questioned for this yet or whatever. I don't believe the car was in their name. That's the only thing I could say. And they probably do know somebody that works in those places where they can make them go away. Because if you remember the night that Blue Feces kidnapped Krishan's son, he had a Bentley at the time, and he was inebriated and crashed it. You never heard anything else after that. And he called an Uber. But you didn't hear anything else about cars. So somebody getting paid. Yeah, they are. I think Javon has gotten a little better, like with his attitude from from the stuff that I see online. But that girl, she is, on wheels. She is his karma. And they just think that it's cute. And his mother makes an excuse that, she's only 3. She's spoiled. She's the only girl, so we cater to her. If she's still doing it when she's 5, then we have a problem. No. What about correcting her now? She went to school, her first day of school, and called the teacher fat. And then her mother said the other stuff that she did in school, she didn't even want to repeat it. But anyway, they're damaging those kids. Right online, on stream. And the person that had called CPS on them before he went into jail, that was a random guy that just watches online. It wasn't a female. It was a random guy that watched all of their videos, and he was tired. I think it was Javon was having throwing a tantrum. And, I think Blue came in and gave him like $500, like, what's wrong with you? And all this other kind of stuff. Like, yeah, what about them putting the babies on the couch and propping up the phone while they got strippers in the room telling the audience, y'all watch them, we about to go do something. What about this baby? He's in the pantry looking for something to eat, Javon, and all they had in the pantry was Slim Jims. And he goes in there and he says, son, are you GAY? All this ASS out here and you in here looking for something to eat, just very inappropriate. I don't like it. I don't like him. I don't like his mama. His sister about the only one that got some sense, a little bit that I see. And so, yeah, and the father, I don't know how he lives there, but he got married, whatever. It's a whole lot of going on over there. But so far, like, Krishan has remained, steadfast in moving toward, her new walk in life, and just send a prayer for her that she can continue on that path. because every day they're either sending a subliminal or they just, just mention her name. Or every time he does an interview, he makes it a habit to drag her. And when those gang members attempted to jump her and didn't go well for them, he shared it, and in an interview he said she deserved to be slapped. She couldn't have a child with a better person, I guess. He's the worst. I just can't. I just wanted to put that out there. And nobody leave no negative comments under my video about no Krishan, because it's going to be removed. The comment will be removed, and you will be blocked over here on this channel. We speak, whenever I do talk about her, it's like, we're trying to breathe life into her. She's not only fighting her siblings and her family, she's fighting like the whole world. It's just so many people. I'm like, this don't even have nothing to do with her. Why are y'all talking about her? Why are you bringing her child into this? You've been bullying this baby ever since he was born. Leave this baby alone. Worry about your kids. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people going through things, especially in this day and time. But y'all on TV, you're online looking at clips of her life and just drawing your own narrative anyway. It's crazy work. Somebody just yesterday said, it's clear. It was clear when she was on live that her baby, there was somebody in the background with her child. Oh, he fell face down on the floor and she on live. Are we watching the same thing? Are we listening and hearing the same thing? And then you got Scamacity. Tell y'all, I just put scammer and took the off and Chastity together, her sister, that's selling these false narratives for money. I'm done. I tune out often. I check to see if she is okay, but that is it. They're not posting, they made of the people that did post it. Well, not everybody. Her supporters posted the video of her singing Yahweh live. You can hear the pain in her voice. You can hear, and other people that don't support it posted and they're mocking it. God does not like that. So just wait till you see what he has in store for you. He does not like that. And I'm not even gonna mention the other girl over here that's supposed to be a sibling of hers. Yeah, it's too much for me, y'all. I am about to get out of here. Thank y'all for rocking out with me today. And y'all know I end the show the same way all of the time, by bringing awareness that men get breast cancer too. Because of the stigma surrounding the word breast, we have changed the word to peck and or chest cancer here on the Survivor Speaks channel. So I want to continue to bring awareness that men get breast cancer too. Oh, and let me just tell y'all, let me just tell my Survivor Nation family over here. Do you know that somebody had the nerve to leave a comment under one of my videos and said, "You are a survivor of what?" I said, "What?" You got to be kidding me. A survivor of what? How about you read the bio? It'll tell you what I'm a survivor of. They didn't like the video that it's like whenever you talk about David or D4VD, you got these weird people that leave stuff under because they want you to stop talking about it. because they wanted to go away. No, I'm not going to stop talking about it. I'm going to keep talking about it. We need to keep him in the forefront. We need to keep talking about it. But don't come under my page talking about am I a survivor or what? Of what? It clearly says in the bio that I'm a survivor of breast cancer, triple negative breast cancer, actually. So what is your comment about, sir? Anywho, I just thought I'd share that with y'all because I thought that was like just so funny. Like, are you kidding me? You know how to read? Reading is fundamental. Read. Yeah. No, he doesn't. He has no, not since he came home this time. He doesn't. He has mental health issues going on, and he doesn't want to be in the spotlight. And he's probably humiliated from the last time he was in court, and they had him on the news. And because once you're dealing with the courts and stuff, everything is public record. I just think that he was incarcerated, but he must have been, according to what they were saying, he was not able to stand trial when he first got rearrested, because he did like 12 years already. And so when he got rearrested, they had declared him mentally incompetent. But at his last hearing, they were saying that he was competent to, stand trial or whatever. And even though Blueface is a Z-list celebrity, Z-list, yeah, I said Z-list. He's still known. And so of course they put his name and whatever, and then they started talking about what was going on with him. That has to be pretty embarrassing. And he didn't want to be in the spotlight anyway. So when he got out, he's working on himself. He doesn't want to be on camera. He doesn't want to be a part of this. Her daughter doesn't, his sister doesn't want to be a part of, even though she did badly, she doesn't really want to be a part of TV and stuff either. So she'll come around holidays, but for the most part, she doesn't come around anymore. So that's that on that. And so we're going to get out of here now. We've been here. Make sure you hit that like button if you're here. I don't believe the hype button shows up for live videos. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But if it does, please hype the videos. Just go to the room, just hype all of the videos so they can get out there in the algorithm. And I do appreciate you guys for rocking out with me. And I'll see you guys in the next live stream or premiere. I'm going to do some reactions for the music channel over there. It's just that, every time you do, they kind of get blocked. So I actually wanted to react to like all of Kendrick's music. I was going to do ASAP Rocky the other day, but I did have I did the reaction to Doechie's song featuring SZA, Girl Get Up. The song is pretty dope. A conversation has been started. I'm loving the conversation. And I think it's a good thing that, people start to stand up for women. Women, period. I'm glad that Glasses Malone, stood up for Doechii. The girl been working on her craft for 10 years. I'm not understanding what all this industry plant stuff is coming from, when all of her stuff is easily accessible on her page here on YouTube. You can see her journey when she first got, fired from her job, and she was going to, take her craft seriously. Even before she signed to TDE, she's very talented. She raps. She also sings. performs well. And she told you she's an intellect, but she does not look at women any different because she still gets down there and pops her pee. So basically she said, no names in that video, but we got Aiden Ross over there. He's a racist streamer. He came out here. She was talking about me and called her. It was disgusting how he talked about her, and he got a lot of backlash for it. He lost some endorsements. He lost. He was supposed to have a NBA player. I think I cut it off, y'all. Lord. Oh, there it is. He was supposed to have an NBA player come on the stream. They called him. The NBA players PR say he doesn't think it's a good thing for him to come on the stream. So he lost a lot of money. And then he trying to use the fact that he tries to hide behind the fact that he's Jewish. And like some of those, Jewish people came out also and was very disappointed because there are people that target them like every other race and make very disturbing comments about them. But for you to use that for your own personal gain, and that's not what's going on here, they didn't like that either. So he kind of like took some hits from all sides, and even, people that, from his, his faith. And I guess you just got to eat that. But I know he probably, and then he's in two lawsuits with Drake. So they have 2 lawsuits against them in the gambling site Stake. And so he's also a part in those lawsuits, and that's what he should be focused on, and not calling this woman. I mean, it was disgusting the way he talked about her. And he even made a song with 6ix9ine before 6ix9ine turned himself in. It just uncalled for and disgusting, and that's all I got to say about him. But he also was tapped. I don't really want to talk about that too much because he was tapped on the shoulder also. They wasn't playing with him out here in these streets. And you can't be messing with everybody because somebody they're going to tap you if you don't know who you talking to and you don't know it's that serious. So, and throwing money at the culture, it just wasn't a good thing for him. And that kind of backfired too. So, yeah, whatever. But I'm going to get out of here. Enough about that. So I'll see you guys in the next live or premiere. Peace.